Over the past 5 years, bike manufacturers have made a really big effort to make their brands accessible to as many motorcyclists as possible. Whether you've just passed your test or you're on a limited budget, within reason there's usually a good way of getting your hands on that dream bike of yours. BMW have recently released their new, more affordable G310R. KTM have got their RC and Duke ranges, which are now accessible for CBT and A2 licence holders. But if your bike dream is Italian and red, then you may be interested to know that Ducati have got a more affordable offering in their range too. Now, you may be thinking, the Ducati Scrambler, oh my God, that is so last year. John Hogan headed out to Palm Springs in California to ride it with Bike World. Been there, done that. But this is a different Scrambler with a different purpose aimed at different people. I'm here in Barcelona to ride the all-new Scrambler 62. Right, so I've just arrived at this warehouse for the presentation of the 62, and you'd think this was a museum, but it is in fact somebody's house. An artist actually lives in this place. It's pretty awesome, and you can tell that this launch is very much about the lifestyle surrounding the 62, and it's very authentic. You know, I just saw a mouse run across the floor. I think it'd be nibbling some of the hors d'oeuvres. So usually on a launch, someone from the manufacturer stands up and gives us loads of info about the bike. But this one was a little bit different. More of a US chat show style sort of thing. Once the chat show was done, it was workshop time, where we had the opportunity to ask some questions.
Probably that we have no more the side curiosity.
No,
I just want to ride.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I took a look at some of the accessories. Just need some goggles now. You see any goggles? So what are Ducati saying about this bike? Well, they say that it's inspired by the 1960s youth street culture. So think skateboards, think street food, pop music, pop art, all those things that appeal to younger people. And they want those people to buy into Ducati, to buy into riding a motorbike. In fact, their own press release says the 62 has been built to appeal to younger riders and they're yearning for fun. So let's see how much fun I can have on this today. This has got an air-cooled engine and it's running pretty hot after being sat in the traffic in Barcelona's city centre for what seems like hours. But on a day like today when it's raining, pretty cold, it's doing me a favour, keeping me nice and warm and drying off my legs. Last night at the presentation, we each got a Scrambler passport. I mean, how cool is this? Something I've always wanted. This is going to get me places. So in here it's got a picture of moi, expectations, says all kind of cheesy things like put myself to the test, learn new stories, laugh your guts out, all those kind of stuff. And then throughout the book it's got like different challenges. So the first challenge is build your skateboard as fast as possible and earn precious points. I hope points mean pounds. Just arrived at our first photo stop. It's raining. I did check the weather. It said it was going to be dry. I haven't got any waterproofs, but then nobody else has either, so we're all getting soaked. The roads are so greasy. It hasn't rained for over 100 days here, so it's very typical of the UK conditions, really. just stopped off at a skate park for a photo opportunity, and basically we've got the bike set up and then a guy in a gorilla costume doing skateboard jumps right next to you. I mean, it's pretty normal, isn't it? So I thought now would be a good time to look at why the 62 is such a great bike for younger riders, and also how it differs from last year's Scrambler, and obviously engine size is one of the main differences. So last year's Scrambler, we saw the old air-cooled 796cc engine that we saw in the old Hypermotard and Monster. The 62 has got an all-new air-cooled 400cc L-twin 2-valve engine producing 41 HP. It's got a 6-speed gearbox and ABS is a standard, as you would expect. In fact, everything that you see on this tangerine orange 62 is as standard. It's Euro 4 approved, and the service intervals are actually every 7,500 miles, so that is a great appeal. Low maintenance, I like that. As I said, it's a 400cc producing 41 HP, which is really important for those new riders who want to do their full A2 licence, as it means you can buy the bike, learn to ride on it, take your test, and there's no need to restrict it. In terms of styling, it's really got that old school look to it. It's called the 62 because the original Scrambler was launched in 1962, and I think what's a really nice touch is on the filler cap it says Born Free 1962. There are 3 colour options. It comes in tangerine orange, ocean grey and shining black, and they all have the black seat and blacked out everything, which I really like because I'm not a lover of chrome. So this bike comes in at standard at 6,450, and there are over 60 accessories that you can pimp up your 62 with. The old school peanut shaped fuel tank, the round LED surround headlamp, the round rear view mirrors, the low slung exhaust, the short front mudguard, all add to that real old school feel. Finally the sun is out! We're on our way back home, damn it! Right, so this is challenge number 2 in the passport. Embrace the spray paint. And it says here, use the stencils to create your piece of art and make your team proud. And then there's like a timing thing that you get points for, which I'm totally confused about. But I think basically you've just got to create a piece of artwork. So gloves at the ready. I've finished my piece of artwork. I'm extremely proud of this. I've taken inspiration from pop culture, pop art, that kind of thing. As you can see, the movement of the paint just flows really nicely through the painting. And yeah, I think it's going to take pride of place in my sitting room. It's been really good, my first Ducati launch. Barcelona is such a chaotic city, and it's been a great way to put the 62 through its paces and get to know the bike. There were a few little random extras put in, all to do with the lifestyle of owning a 62, but it was good fun and different to any other launch that I've been on. When I first got on the 62 this morning and pulled away from the hotel, I was a little bit like, oh, is that it? Because of the lack of power. However, then I remembered it is a 400cc, and actually, for the engine size, it's not that bad. It's very usable around the city centre, and when we got outside of the city and opened it up on more open roads, it has actually got quite a bit of power for a 400cc. It was really nice to hear it properly as well when we were on those quieter roads. I think with the standard exhaust, it does pack a bit of a punch. I like a little bit more grunt, but for a standard exhaust, it doesn't sound too bad at all. Torque is very evenly spread throughout the power range, so it's not intimidating for new riders, and it's very usable around the city traffic. Also, in terms of comfort, well, I love this kind of riding style, the wide handlebars and the low seat. You definitely feel at ease straight away. If I was a teenager, I would absolutely love this bike. In fact, I love this bike even though I'm not a teenager. I mean, the thought of owning a Ducati in your late teens, that's pretty awesome. When I was younger, these kind of bikes were totally unattainable. I know it's a 400cc, so you may think that it's going to lack in power, but like I said, it's an extremely usable bike around the city centre, and then it's still got a lot to give when you're out on open roads. I know it does seem like quite a lot of money, especially if you're a new biker, £6,450, but you've got to think this is a premium bike. Actually, for a Ducati, it's very affordable. Riding the 62 has been pretty awesome today, especially riding around Barcelona. I mean, what a crazy city. I thought London was bad. Ducati has said that they want to appeal to younger riders and they're yearning for fun. Well, I don't know if I'm in that category anymore, but one thing is for sure, and I know it sounds a little bit cheesy, but I've definitely had a lot of fun today. I've had a permanent grin on my face and I felt like I looked pretty cool as well. They've got the 62 set up just behind me, and then a guy dressed in a gorilla costume on a skateboard. 41 HP, which is really important for those riders that want to take their and there's no need to restrict it.